Hi, my name is Roisin Fitzpatrick and I'd like to share this art with you today as Artist of the Light. Let me briefly explain what I used to do prior to being inspired to create this art. When I graduated from Trinity College in Dublin and then the University of Geneva, I always wanted to do something to help people to have a much better life. So I worked for the European Commission, the United Nations and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. And while I was working there, I realized that for me the most important thing was the wonderful quote from Gandhi, which is to be the change you wish to see in the world. So that's when I retrained as a homeopath for 4 years, and then I practiced as a homeopath, sharing, I suppose, really helping people to connect with that place within themselves so that they create better lives. I asked the universe to make me a clear channel. I wanted to be able to fully live my soul's potential, and literally within 1 week I had a brain hemorrhage. And there is no better way of fully understanding what life is all about than by experiencing death, or more to the point, realizing that there is no such thing as death. Essentially what happened was I connected with the most wonderful, blissful, pulsating, vibrating, infinite energy, which is truly awesome. It's incredibly humbling at one perspective, but awesome, because I realized there is no difference between here and there. There is no such thing as I, me. There is only one. That's the greatest paradox and the greatest irony of this whole experience, because through total physical constraint came infinite, blissful, spiritual freedom. What I did was I faced the fear of being in a body that was paralyzed, because I was told I had a very high risk of having a stroke. So I love salsa dancing, so I really definitely wanted to come back into a body that would work. But by facing that fear, I still connected with that wonderful energy. So I knew that if that was the worst case scenario, I knew I would be able to cope with it. And I knew it wasn't my time to actually leave, because I knew I had accessed this energy, and the intention of accessing this energy was actually be able to live my life with that energy in it. So I focused all of my energy on making a full recovery. And what happened then was, as I said, I experienced this wonderful, wonderful sensation, and that is now still with me to this day, and that is what I share through this art. And it's so difficult to actually express all of this in words that for me, art was the medium that basically it seems to be the best way for me to be able to share this. So I feel inspired to share this through the art, and that's why I use clear crystal, I use clear Swarovski crystal, and I use silk. And because that is the best way, and along with the designs that I feel inspired to create, some of these designs come through in meditation, they come from pre-Celtic art, Celtic art, cosmology, astronomy, so many different sources, but essentially all of the pieces are the same in the sense that all of the themes are the same. It's to work with light and to help people to connect with that inner core within themselves, their own inner light, if you like. The intention behind these pieces is like with life, when we go deeper and deeper, we can connect with that core within ourselves. So that's why I have pieces reminiscent of the nautilus shell, reminiscent of the ammonite. Also as well, I work with a hexagon, which is a very, very powerful symbol. And what it represents is as above, so below. But it again is also represented, for example, in snowflakes in nature. I love working with the universe, so I work with the whirlpool galaxy, with comet pieces. I'm very inspired to connect with the infinity of the universe and be able to represent that in a way that people can connect with through this art and therefore bring it into their everyday life. I think one of the greatest realizations is that I am a spiritual being in a physical body. And sometimes you see this in literature and it can be like, yes, okay, I kind of understand that, now I know it. There's no two ways about it, that my essence, my core, my truth, love, serenity, it is all spiritual, which is now in this physical body. I've recently been sharing this art at the New York Art Expo, and it was just so wonderful to watch the effect that this art has on people. People feel so centered and so calm, and they connect with that inner part within themselves, with their soul, if you like. And my intention with this art is literally to be able to share the light. Hence I share it as Artist of the Light, to enable people to find their own inner wisdom, their own inner light, and to be able to live from a place of joy and a place of peace. And that's my intention.